Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family. Peace, peace, peace to you and yours. Peace, family. This is your brother Blue. All right. You are now rocking with the best. This is KTL TV, KTL Media. And of course, it is the New Year's Eve edition. So it's a special broadcast. We have something that is definitely of value here on this quote unquote New Year's Eve, this last day of the Gregorian calendar year 2025. Okay, so we are at this most critical point, the last degree of these 365-degree quote unquote wheel, if you will. And what better way, right, to spend your day but to have a discussion not only about doing the necessary audit before the year is out, right? Where were you at last year this time when you were getting into 2025 and you were setting your intentions, right? And you had your quote unquote vision, or you were doing your vision boards, or you were also consulting with the oracles that are out there to find out what the frequency of the coming year was going to be about. So retrospection is necessary at a time like this in the quote unquote dead of winter, right? Under the Saturnian energy, but also preparation and going forward, planning, strategizing, right? But knowing the terrain, having insight, foresight, and oversight about what lays ahead. Why not have the cheat code if it is affordable, accessible, right? And something that you can, for the most part, you can use for great value over and over and over again, right? Knowledge is the gift that keeps on giving, especially when it's applied properly. So today, As like I said, we would our propitious starting time today was 2:25, right? Because 2:25, again, leaving out on the last note and the last node of 2025, moving into 2026, what awaits us? It's only a few degrees away. It's only a few minutes, a few hours, right? But things are bound to change because different waves of frequency are about to usher in. I remember how abrupt the new year started this quote unquote year. I remember what January 1st entailed. I remember what December 31st entailed. I remember the pressure for people saying that there's nothing to a quote unquote January 1st, it not being the new year and the new year being in spring. I'll be damned if I haven't borne witness to the way that things suddenly shift when Janus comes in, and Janus is January. That who is Janus? January is named after Janus, the two-faced god, who is the god of portals and doors and doorways, right? So it's very necessary before we walk through particular doors, halls, and corridors that we have as much assistance in our vision as is accessible to us. And some of these tools have been here for time memorial. And in this modern day, we have masters that are wielding those particular tools of their craft. And today, here on KTL, we bear witness to divine math being yielded by our good brother, Sauce God. And also, we are going to be opening up the lines and then inviting our good brother, Malik Deshawn, who is a master of cardology. So, yes, our quote unquote destiny has been charted. What's in the cards for 2026? But more importantly, what's in your personal chart for you sitting on the other side of this screen, writing down all of your dreams for this New Year's that is to come, right? Allow us to show you how to get a jump start on this new version of you that you just don't want to be dreaming about. You want to actively be working towards it. You know what I'm saying? So I got some amazing people that have the ability to help furnish you with the tools necessary for you to see yourself for exactly who you be. So with no further ado, I want to introduce to you our good brother, your brother, Sauce God. Peace.
Peace to the God. Peace to the
Peace.
gods in the earth. Nah, for sure, man. Thank you for welcoming me on the platform.
Peace,
And
God.
it's such a monumentous time. We're here at the brink of a shift, right? You talked about Janice and the portal and the door opening, and
Yes.
just understanding that though the new year doesn't officially begin until the spring equinox, understanding that mathematically and numerically there are paradigms that we are strong held by, right? Whether we know it or we're privy to it, or it's subconsciously just happening to us, right?
Yes.
Um, just like to today, all of the dates have meaning. They have a significance to what is playing out within our lives, right? Because the numbers are not just arbitrary, right? The angles are angels. So today we're going to go over those angles and how this collective year of 9 has prepared us for this shift into the one, the uno, the attune.
Uno.
Yeah.
Numero uno.
So I prepared a presentation for us, and I want it to be like we can just go back and forth on it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be open, but it's going to timeline the year that we've just experienced, and then give us a forecast for what's coming up, divine mathematically on a numerology standpoint. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Here we go. How do I make this bigger? All right, bet. All right, so boom. This collective year of 9 was the grand finale in a universal cycle. And it was urging us to release what no longer served us, shed outdated identities, and prepare for this profound renewal.
Wait, hold on. There we go.
You can see it?
Yes, on the screen now. Take it from the top, please.
Okay, cool. So this collective year of 9 was the grand finale in the universal cycle. It was urging us to release what no longer serves us, shed outdated identities, and prepare for a profound renewal, right? Because not only were we going through a collective year of 9, but it was also within Chinese astrology, it was the year of the snake, which deals with shedding, right?
Right.
And it was a time of closure. It was a time of reflection. It was a time of spiritual elevation. And I'm still detoxing and releasing, but this is what this is for, right? This is what this live is for. This is what this broadcast is for us to be able to shift collectively, right? Mm-hmm. And as we shift collectively, there are things that we have to reminisce on. There are things that we have to understand in order to move forward and what this year of 1 has in store for us. So with all of that being said, I want to play a video from this song that I made called Collective Year of 9.
Let's get it.
It's 2025 and I'm just blessed to be alive. The numbers are divine, it's a collective year of 9. Globally we purge and time is now for the resurgence. This the year of the snake, your inner wisdom is your serpent. Endings and transitions, they make way for new beginnings. This is where you see the hero turn into the villain. This is where you transmute those feelings to some millions. Now it's humanitarian, go do it for the children. This is not a time of peace, this is war with the elites. This why when the ball drop, they set it off on Bourbon Street. 9's element is fire, literally and figuratively. I send blessings to LA, that place is still a part of me. 9 gon' activate the beast, let it go and just be free. Learn to stand up by yourself, old school jeans with the crease, old ways in the grave deceased. Go play, make a way and leap. Introspection is your weapon, peace be still, don't make a beep. I was blinded, I was asleep, I was stuck but ain't give up. 2024 was rough, karma set me on my butt. Learn the lessons I adjust, I feel sure but stood up tall. Set some boundaries, watch you all around me, go on force the laws. It was cloudy, I was drowsy, I got knocked down, run the rousey. I was drowning but I found me, determined I'm not lousy. Nah, hey, had to buckle up like howdy, quick to pick me up, no bounty. I'm a rebel, call me Rowdy. Yeah, got these fake fools around me, still been proudly. I'm astounded, I fell off and watched them down me. It was all love and light, but when the dark came, had to do some work in the shadows, made me a boss, man. This is what the end told the beginning on some player shit. I'm the one that brings the wisdom, not the ego trip. You might like the spark, but I complete the script. You start the game, but I decide who wins the chip. 9 is for endurance, last year was for the insurance. Had the balance get congruent, put my all into this music. Spiritualize your ruins like Honduras, go get to it. Focus on forgiveness,
Make space for your healing. Reveal it, go get near it, then cleanse it, go lift your spirit. If they ain't talking empowerment, then we don't wanna hear it. No gossip and no bashing. More discipline and fasting. Get focused on your passion, put it all into action. We don't do the wolf unless it's a full moon in Cancer. Need help with your numerology? Come get a planner. Learn about your personal year so you can plan up. Organize, strategize. It's time to run them bands up. It's 2025 and I'm just blessed to be alive. These numbers are divine, it's a collective year of 9. This is what the end told the beginning on some player shit. I'm the one that brings the wisdom, not the ego trip. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9.
CD to K.
That was crazy.
So, before we get into the year of 1 and the presentation that I have planned for this year of 1, I wanted to kind of hear your feedback on what the year 9 was for you, right? Because I know that you're a Scorpio, and Scorpionic energy is very present within the 9 because 9 is ruled by Mars, and Scorpio is home to Mars. And
Right.
so how did this year of 9 play out for you?
Well, for me, not only am I a Scorpio, I'm a twin Scorpio. My Mayan glyph is red electric serpent, and I'm a Mars rising with a Mars moon.
Oh, snap.
So, needless to say, and I was on my 49th born day, which is my seventh cycle, and my gematria name equals 77, which in gematria means pillars. 77 is Oz. It's one of the pillars, Boaz. So yeah, I lived this year in terms of the meaning of the 9 and shedding and closing doors and making very difficult decisions to break from things that were no longer serving me, that I may have been in service to for 49 years. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So those type of decisions, you know, I made a lot of life decisions. One of the most profound things that I learned was, instead of showing up to shake shit up, just don't show up at all. You know what I'm saying?
Man, for sure.
The conservation of energy altogether. Only going where you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not ready, don't force it. You know, all that stuff. Stillness, silence. I was the less social this year than I've ever been, but I was more in tune with myself. I got closer to me than I've ever had the opportunity to get to the inner coils once the fake shit gets shed, and you know what the fake shit is. And me, I put my demons in public to put them in the light, to almost force myself to change because of the shame of the embarrassment. That's some Scorpio shit. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to inner combust to get my Phoenix shit on. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll climb on the cross. Volunteer for it. If it means transformation. My name is Paul. So my whole mission is about transformation. Paul is a glyph, a motif of transformation, because Saul turns to Paul. Transformation is the motif of Scorpio. The transformation aspect is Pluto. As I shared with you the other day, and you affirmed, being a farmer at 50, now I get to see the process of death is no longer death. It's always transformation. Nothing ever really dies. We all nerds. And now I'm like a green thumb nerd. I'm a nerd about growing food. I'm geeking about it. I'm farming at 50 and I'm telling everybody about it. This is like when I was working out at 49. when I was working out in my 40s and I wanted everybody to know about fitness. Now I want everyone to know about food and farming. And it's the funnest shit ever. And we wouldn't even have depression in the winter if everyone knew that they could grow mushrooms and microgreens for the green nutrients, because you still getting sunlight, because the neutrinos pass through everything. And them greens gonna grow every 11 days on a cycle. So in 33 days, which is a little bit over a month cycles, I have 3 yields of food. How much? However much you could plant. And then the mushrooms compensate for the vitamin D that you're not getting with the sun. So that helps what? Abate the SAD syndrome, stress, anxiety, and depression. This magnetized on melanated people in particular, because we are in the northern region, and this is the Northern Cross. And the cross of Americana, which is the biggest religion on the planet, the 4-step or the 4-stage cross that makes up the cult of death, or the death cult, which is America, is the folk traditions. You got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Yeah,
And I'm saying only because of how they open people up to overindulge. What people do to their body on those days. I'm not knocking what they mean or what they represent. How we overindulge, and people almost capitulate to the lower sins, those lesser sins, and they put themselves on the altar to lesser gods during the holy days. And these are the days, again, when Saturn is out with the sickle, sowing and reaping, right? Based on what you sow. So
listen,
farming during the winter, and you still seeing the cycle of life. Like you said, with the fungus, you seeing regeneration. It's not death. You seeing fermentation. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff comes back to heal. All of this stuff has reason and purpose. So if we do a mental shift just ourselves to say there's no such thing as waste, how's that gonna change how you move through the world and move through life?
It's going to change it.
Dirt don't hurt. Wait, and say it again. Dirt don't hurt.
Man, you hear me.
I keep playing that rhyme back in my head over and over.
Man, for real. Dirt is the
Dirt,
soil for your
don't
blessings.
hurt.
You hear me? Dirt is the soil for your blessings to spurt.
Right.
You hear me? For real.
So if we wasn't afraid of getting dirty, if we wasn't afraid of dirt, if we wasn't scared of the dark, if we wasn't mortified by the cold, you know what I'm saying? If we wasn't doomed by death, how unrestricted will we be? How free will we be? Right? How much of God will really come forward and like, I ain't stepping in that scary ass body. Right? They can be revolutionary, like you said. I had to cut some of them off. They was moving scary. That's how your higher self feel about a scared body that's not ready to house the temple, that light of the Most High, that needs a full agreement with the body, that the mind can operate in full capacity. So these are the things, yes, that I learned through the fire in the 9 year.
Man, thanks for sharing it, because it clarified a lot of things for me just in those moments. I was just like so empowered to speak, because it has been a lot of shedding, it has been a lot of letting go. And I want to commend you, because I've seen you within that space of solitude and introspection, like really honing in on what it means to be that Scorpio and doing that inner work, and just how committed you've been to like just your daily routine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Going to sleep at a certain time, waking up at a certain time, not being so moved to do certain things, even though you can, and you're in the space where it's like everything's going on. You found solace in honing in on where you're gravitationally being pulled to, and in that ascension process, I've been someone that can witness it and see like, wow, that's a lot of growth. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see the rising of the phoenix And I'm grateful to be a reflection to even be able to share space with you to do certain things like this, because in this year of 9, what I've been able to find for myself is that the suffering has all been on me. I've been the culprit of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that something when that shit hit you? You like,
That shit hit you, man. You just like
man, it been me
it's
all along.
it's
Like
as
it's
soon as it's and this is what's preparing us for this one that we're moving into, because it's that realm of mentalism and understanding that all is the mind, and how profound a shift happens when you start speaking to yourself differently and affirming new timelines for yourself. Because all of the lack, all of the suffering, all of the depression, all of the anxiety, it's been self-inflicted, man. And Great Debaters is one of my favorite movies, but in the movie as a quote, is that our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, is that we're powerful beyond measure. And to understand that
facts.
in totality though, because in one mindset and in one frame of self, we can look at that and be like, well, it's okay to give. It's much easier for me to give that power to an outside entity or source, so I don't have the responsibility of how powerful I truly am, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other side comes in to where it's like when you become the embodiment of it, you understand that there's a release, because all of the things that we put on ourselves as far as the timetables, what we feel like we should be in life, what's happening, what's not happening. Once you become the generator, operator, and destroyer of that reality, everything becomes a natural ease for you. And it's a constant practice because we're in this human form. So there are so many things that's pulling us. Family is pulling us. The economy is pulling us. Politics is pulling us. Entertainment is pulling us. All of these different suggestions. And we must remember to come back to the breath, and come back to that place of stillness. And that's what this year of 9 has taught me a lot, is that within that solitude, within that loneliness, you find God, and you find that the source of it all is predicated upon your perception.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
that's a lot. That's a lot, Blue. It's a lot, Blue, because we have so much that we hold on to, identities that we hold on to that's been given to us, that's not our own identities. It's just
Absolutely.
been a projection, and we've taken on those projections and identified ourselves as those things, and we're so powerful. Just with the placebo effect, we understand how powerful we are, and those have created confines and marginalized existence for us to be able to express ourselves through. And it's not been the full capacity or just the omnipotence of who we are. So this year of 9 has been shedding so much of that, so we can step into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoo.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey, you know what I'm saying? But it's also been an opportunity. And again, like any and everything else, if you're willing to take the risk, then the reward is ever so more. You know, when it's pay up time, it's pay up time. You walking away like Anthony Joshua. So
Now walking away with it for real. We made it.
on both accounts. See,
Yeah.
and I would love to have a show to see where people's mind is at, to see which one was more important. The fact that he walked away with 92 or 96 million from a few rounds of boxing, or did he walked away from a crash and two of his people transition? That's the universe really showing you some mystical medicine science in real time, courtesy of Nigeria of all places.
Wow. Look at that. So without further ado, man, I want to usher us into this collective year of one, which is symbolized by the year of the horse, which represents this freedom, this ambition, this valiant effort to take the narrow path, to take the road less traveled, to be the first, and to do it courageously, you know, to do it with so much vigor and so much passion that it forges a new trajectory for us collectively. It's a momentous shift that's happening. It's a seismic shift that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And this year of one is really tapping into our individuality and having us hone in on where we're going collectively within the 5D, but it's going to take for us to individually express uniquely who we are, right? And honoring that no matter what naysayers, no matter what voice in your head is telling you that you're not worthy or that you're not capable or that you're not able, you're doing it in spite of, and you're stepping up in it in spite of, and you're seeing the fruits from you literally getting up and doing it day after day. Because just like you said, it's within this Capricorn season, right? You reaping and you sowing, and it's been so many blessings that have just been bestowed. There's also a lot of shedding that's happening as well. So for us to be within this liminal space of not fully being where we're headed and not being the old versions of ourselves, it's important for us to be able to stabilize and come together as a collective to understand what's happening, so that we don't get into the seasonal depression, so that we don't get into the state of stagnation and we become that alchemist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the collective year of one. So no matter what book, text, scripture you read, the math stays consistent. You see, over time, Atum was transformed into biblical text as Adam, the first man. However, it's all biologically speaking of an atom, right? Which is the smallest unit of ordinary matter that forms a chemical element, right? And this atom is made up of 99.9% empty space. And that 0.1 represents our individual observation of what we perceive the thing called life to be. And this collective one is bringing it to a head even more. So your confidence or lack thereof is going to magnetize things and people to you. So be mindful of your thoughts. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, right? Because it's manifesting quicker. It's in the quickening. I remember me and you, Blue, we was talking about this quantum shift that's happening within just as soon as we thinking about it, it's happening, or it's popping up as a suggestion on our phone, right?
Yeah,
So,
I call it the quantum quickening. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in that.
We're in that. We're in that. So mind your mind, mind your thoughts. You will be challenged to stand up for yourself, right? By those with stronger wills. Okay. You will be forced to stand up for what you feel intuitively versus the demands someone is asking or putting on you. But this is all just helping you find your confidence, your courage, and your willpower. You are that hard worker. However, you can become overly invested in working. So make time for rest and don't be so critical on yourself. All right. So this is that collective year of one. So what are some representations of one? So one is represented by the sun. It's also a Leo energy. And if you know anything about Leos, you know they're all about me. This is self, right? Self-righteousness and selfish in the right way, right? Because we want to be full of ourselves. We don't want to be full of nobody else, right? And it's also a year of encouraging our masculinity and more of just our ability to will things into existence by our sure just might, right? Putting it into motion. And as I've been saying, mentalism plays a vital part in this.
Yeah, you've been hitting on that. And I could look into 26 and see how this is amplified by the political landscape and also by our atmospheric solar weather. So the shedding the 3-eye atlas is doing of those particular particles and materials, those are going to act as amplifying agents, you know what I'm saying, when they get into this atmosphere. And also it's going to be spending a lot of time in this flyby by Jupiter, right? In these next coming months. So Jupiter's amplification, you feel me? If you could get your mind right, if you could get your thoughts centered, if you can be one, which is intentional, laser focused, move like the king, the sun, and understand that even today, even now, the day after or the day of Christmas starts the ascension of the sun from its watery grave back to its exalted station in Leo, its highest point. So this whole story, this whole mythos, the whole script that we all participate in is the death and the rebirth process of the planet and the sun. You know what I'm saying? But also you and your energy, you know, the king and the kingdom within. You got to align yourself with that trajectory. You have to move like the sun is moving. You have to eat from the sun. You have to obey the sun. You know what I'm saying? But not to a degree where you're subservient to it or you worship it. The water in your body is older than the sun. So the sun really is your sun, but you still got to show respect to the one, right? Because we live underneath the sun and it sustains us. When you get into your highest and your higher mind, then you will live above the sun. But until then, we got to work with it. You know what I'm saying? So this whole aspect of the Leo energy, that's like the king energy, you know, and then the mentalism. What do you know about yourself? What do you think about yourself? They're gonna be telling you a lot of separate things out here in the media. This is an election year. Masculinity is up for grabs because of the rupture that we seen take place in 2025 with melanated masculine figures or people that had been designated at the top of our social hierarchy. We seen them kings get dethroned. Also in the white America realm with Donald Trump and him blowing bubble and MAGA going up in fire and being exposed as not the model of masculinity that they say it is. You know, the thing that just took place with Charlie Kirk and the rupturing of what the face of masculinity in this country is going to look like. Masculinity's up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? So if the melanated man can get his mind right and realign himself with nature and a circadian rhythm, this is his year, the year of 26. God is a four-letter word, a tetragrammaton called Yahweh, and his numerical equivalency is 26, because 26 is the only number in existence that exists between a square and a cube. So
Yeah. I don't know. Is Malik in the
oh yes, our good brother is definitely with us.
Yeah, he said he got to run. He got a big night ahead of him. He was
Oh,
trying to
okay.
yeah. Let's bring
With
him
no
in.
further ado, yes, man, please let me open the stage and welcome our good brother in, Malik Deshawn, another brother that's part of our Oracle system. And the funny thing that's not so funny is that when I met this brother, it literally was on New Year's Day several years ago, and it was under the same premises of us deciphering and decoding the frequency of the coming year. I think it was in 2021, and that's when I was brought to bear witness to our brother's amazing skill set, and it's been up ever since. So he qualifies as one of them ones, and ironically, we're speaking on the one. So, with no further ado, I want to hand the mic to our good brother, the number one cardologist on the planet, Malik Deshawn. Was good.
Man, that's some great honor, man. Peace and
Yeah.
love. You know, you spoke on the tetragrammaton, and you can see it sits right behind me, boss.
Hey.
It sits right behind me. You know, that YHWH. It's on my
Yeah,
altar. You know, I stare at it every day. You
that's
know,
right.
so there are no happenings. Law governs all events. There are no coincidences. Law governs all events. I heard y'all speaking on the 9 year, man, the 2025. It was a real, interesting year for me, because the nine represents endings. It represents a graduation.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened in my life, man. A lot of endings. You know, I left social media last year, the year of the nine. I left social media, disabled all my accounts because I had to take a step back and readjust my lens.
Say
Sometimes
that.
even the best of us have to do that. Uh, um,
No, that's
I
right.
had to step down as a leader in order to readjust how to lead, if that
Mm.
makes any sense to y'all. I had
It
to
does
step
to me.
down
Yeah.
as a leader in order to readjust and understand how to better lead.
How to better lead.
We're on the cusp of the 10 year, which is the 1 year. The only difference is the 10 has the zero behind it, which represents all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that it got going from 1 to 9 in order to become the 10. That's the difference in the 10 and the 1. The 1 is trying to figure out where to go. The 10 already knows where to go. It's just
Say that.
into the court of royalty. And that's what we entering into in this year of 2026. And uh on the cusp of this year, I was writing a book last year on cardology and the science, staying true to the foundation of it, but letting people understand how I see it. But abruptly, I was led to not write the book. But instead of writing the book,
Hmm.
I was led to create something on the cusp of technology that
Mm.
people would identify and could interact with more than a book.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't like to read a book, but
Mm-hmm.
people like websites, people like apps.
Mm-hmm.
So the new website that I've created and brought forth for the people is cardology4life.com. It should be in the link in the bio. Definitely in the link on my IG page. It is a very, very interactive self-development tool.
Yeah.
Not only for you, not only for the individual, but for your business, for your children, for your relationship, for every aspect of life. And, it's so powerful that I even created a promotional code that allows people to freely go into the website and have full access until midnight, until
Hey,
12 a.m.
come on now.
Explore 2026. A lot of times we go into New Year's resolutions. We go into hope. We go into
Talk about
go into wishes. We go
Mhm.
in there blindly. Guess what? You don't got to do that no more. You can really, really interact and see what your year is going to be like. Are you going to have that baby? Are you going to get married? Are you going to make those millions? Are you going to get that promotion? Is it time for you to start that business?
Mhm.
Is it time for you to elevate? Are you in the right relationship? How can you fix it? What are the tools that you need to interact? All of these things are mathematically put together for you. See, in life, there are no guarantees. We can only deal in probabilities.
Mhm.
But high probability is the best thing you can possibly have. And that's what the science of cardology is about. It's about self. It's about faith with vision, not blind faith. Faith with vision is far more powerful than blind faith because you can see it is a true human GPS. That's what I call it. Some of y'all can't even drive nowhere without Waze. Some of y'all can't drive nowhere without Google Maps. When I grew up, my daddy had what was called a map scope. And when we would go across country, he'll pull it out the glove compartment and it looked like something from the future. I didn't even understand. But
Mhm.
now we got the GPS. We can just put it in Waze. And that's what you can do for your life at this site, the new website, the new app, www.castrology4life.com. You know, Brother Blue Pill and Brother Sauce God is people that I esteem and respect very much, very highly. And I gave them an opportunity. I said, hey man, here's the site, here's the code. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Go through there, click every button, dissect it. I know, they are very, very skeptical people, very meticulous. They gonna go down through there. So I offer them to, give their experience, give what they saw. Uh, uh, um, and I want to hear it too.
yeah. Again, the best way that I can summarize my experience is holding the mirror up to yourself, and there's not too many places that you can do that. There's not too many places on the internet. Everyone is on the internet looking for something. There's not too many places that you can guarantee go and find yourself. Find things about yourself that you can confirm with yourself undeniably, or play the game. Call all your friends over. You know what I'm saying? And have a who knows me. And you can gamify it. This site is gamified as well, which made it very fun. It's interactive and it's gamified, but it really brought me to a higher understanding of aspects of myself that I was looking to get a better understanding on. So rather than someone ask me what I think they should do for the new year, or, can I help them come up with a resolution or what have you, before there's a new you, there was an original you, and for you to say that you were a real one, all right, for you to say that, okay, so you were who you are when you got here, go back there and find the version of you that you need to, make a reintroduction to, because you're not gonna find it outside. You're not gonna find it on the internet or somebody else's feed. You know what I'm saying? But you can find it on this site. You can find a mirror of you. It speaks specifically to who you are, and it tells you things about yourself that you may have forgotten, things that you're gonna need to know, and it keeps you up to tick day to day, moment to moment about the ins and outs of your daily motions. You know what I mean? So once again, to be in the season of Saturn, what if somebody could say, yo, I'm gonna give you a cheat code for your time cycles? It's like you're not gonna take that.
Yeah.
And because you know what Saturn is hitting for. Any relief that you could get on a Saturnian principle, you should run to that. You should embrace it, because 2025 is remembering what it feels like to carry that heavy load, only to get to the end of the line, and they be like, you could have put that shit down this whole time and just enrolled it. It got wheels on the bottom, right?
Nah, for real. It's definitely
It's like, I was carrying this
like
suitcase and they got wheels on the bottom. It's like, yeah, I don't know why you had the headphones on and shit, so you couldn't hear us, but so the people I was running from wasn't chasing me. Nah, nigga, you paranoid. They was trying to catch up to you to tell you walking through the airport carrying a suitcase like this.
That's
you got wheels on the bottom.
That's it. That's it, right there.
It was chasing you like a bookie, man. It was trying to put you on to help you out.
Man, listen, this what that motherfucking year 9 been all about, man. God, Lee, man. It's like, bro, you been doing it to yourself. Let the universe come in with some divine intervention, and
man,
it always happens. So, like Malik, he hit me, and it was a different sense of urgency, a different sense of like, I got something. And it was like a wake-up call for me to tap back in with self, right? Because we can get so into the mundane and the 3D of what's happening around us, especially in Capricorn season at Saturn, that our spiritual selves get put on the back burner, you know? So he came as the divine father energy, right? And put me back where I needed to be when I tapped into this website. And yo, when I tell you, hold on, I hear something. I hear something.
There's something cracking.
It's something cracking.
That's your phone. Put your phone on mute, please.
Yeah. So.
No,
that's something else.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Okay. Probably put your phone on mute.
Put your phone on mute, please.
Crackling going on right now.
Okay. How I do that? Let me see.
It should be like a microphone
icon.
No, he didn't get out. You got to bring him back in.
All right.
Yeah, bring him back in. But I can talk about my experience with the app, just me going on to it from the first 5 minutes of even being on there. It's the only site within cardology that I can just type in my date of birth and it gives me my card, and it gives me the divination of who I am as a person, right? Any other cardology site that I go on, it gives charts where you have to do the math on your own. This site does that part for you, so it's very easily navigational. You know what I'm saying? It's like just the usability of it is profound, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what separates you from anybody else that's doing. How user friendly is it? It's super user friendly, and it gives you the information in layman's, you know, and it's something that you can carry out throughout your day. It gives you day-to-days, it gives you monthly forecasts. Like, it's fire, it's fire, it's fire, it's fire.
For sure. There you go. You back? Good brother?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him, bro, you got the #1 cardology site on the planet.
Man, that's humbling right there, man. That's hey man, I'm speechless. You know, hey, with all due humility, I thank you for that. 100%.
It's a testament of doing exactly what you said you had to do. Take a step back, you know what I'm saying, to reassess in order to make this giant leap forward. You know, I seen a post the other day that said, if I only knew that the steps back were part of the dance. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Were
Wow.
part of the dance, man.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Wow.
Cha cha cha.
Yeah, that's powerful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's powerful, man.
Right.
That's powerful, man. Well, listen, man. Let's embark on this beautiful year, man. A lot of powerful things, about to transpire for all of us.
What's the card of the year, man?
Huh?
What's the card of the year?
The card of the year is gonna be different for everybody. Each individual gonna have their own card of the year. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of the site. Is not just one size fits all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Each card in the deck is different. Each card in the deck sits in a different place. Each individual is different. So when you go on the site, you're going to see what your card of the year is. And it's going to tell you everything that you need to know about your year, because my year is going to be different than Blue's year. And Blue's year is going to be different than Sauce year. And Sauce year is going to be different than most of y'all's year. So your year is catered to you. You know what I'm saying? The word you and the word year both start with a Y. And it's power in that exuberance. It's power in that victory. The capital Y spells victory. It's a man with both of his arms raised and his body erect, like Muhammad Ali. So, tap into that. Look forward to that. And like I say, go explore. Click every button. Even if you want to be educated, the education is there. I made sure that I put the education there, because there's a lot of people that don't even know what cardology is. They think a deck of cards is only for spades. They think a deck of cards is only for poker. They think a deck of cards is only for pity pat and deuces wild and gin rummy. But it's not. It's a book. But as opposed to being expressed with words and letters, it's expressed with numbers and symbols. And when you can read that language, you can read self.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
we appreciate you for coming on, and
I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Like I said, man, it's always love. And man, anytime y'all need me, anybody that got any questions on the website, on the app, you can email me. You can hit me on my Instagram at Renaissance Man 8000. I'll be up to answer any questions, anything you need.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
The access code again?
Access code, all caps, Explore 2026.
You see it? It's right here on the screen, y'all.
Absolutely. And it's a banner on the website when you go on there.
Yeah. Real quick, before you leave, I want to play this commercial for you.
Let's go.
Give me 1 second. Video.
While he pulling up the file, for those who may not be familiar with cardology, could you just give them a foundational understanding of the 52 cards and where all of this comes from? Because I know when you first introduced it to me, it was life changing, bro. You know, so somebody might be watching this for the first time.
Yeah. So
the saying goes,
okay, hold on.
there is nothing new under the sun.
My bad.
So before you join the chorus declaring a new year, new me,
understand this. You too come under this law. The version of you that you're searching for is already here.
Exactly how your destiny was designed from the beginning of your time.
Perfect.
Yes, good brother. Now, please.
yes, sir.
If never heard of the modality, explain it to them, please.
Yes. So like, you know, this science is one of the oldest sciences, like astrology and numerology. In fact, astrology and numerology is embedded into this science, and symbolism. You know, Hermes Trismegistus, or Thoth, who is on the Egyptian temples, brought this science down with all the other sciences and mathematics that, you know, are attributed to him. You got 52 cards in the deck, 52 weeks in a year, 4 suits in the deck, 4 seasons in a year. If you take the cards and add them up for their numerical value, Jack being 11, Queen being 12, and Kings being the number 13, they equal 365 or 66, the number of days in the year with a leap year. Now, that is not, you know, a coincidence. That is by divine design. This is one of the oldest sciences known to man. But we know, you know, most of the powerful sciences the governments of the earth use before the age of information, you know, it was hocus pocus. It was games. It was hidden. Meanwhile, they were using the true essence of it to form their kingdoms, to form their dynasties, you know, to direct their families. So this science is a part of all of that. As I said, you know, you look at the numbers, you know, you look at the symbolism, you know, you look at the power of it, you know, and examine it in your life. But this science comes from the city of Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis. You know, they dwelled in this science as one of the most powerful sciences. In fact, it was hidden for so many years, but in the age of information, nothing can be hidden. You know, in the age of Aquarian, nothing can be hidden. So I would say around COVID, it got real popular because people started to hear about it on Clubhouse. People started to hear about it on social media. They started to explore it. Before that, you know, everybody had a deck of cards in their house. Our grandparents played spades all day. The whole time it was power in that deck. The whole time, you know, everybody knew what it was. You know, actually, you have 2 cards. You have a birth card and you have a planetary ruler card. The birth card represents your soul's essence, your life's purpose, and why you were put here. The planetary ruler card is directly connected to your zodiac, and it represents the planet that ruled at the time of your birth. For instance, I'm a Pisces. Neptune ruled at the time of my birth. Blue is a Scorpio. You know, Mars and Pluto ruled at the time of his birth. Those are examples of how this science is mapped into what you already know or what you already believe. These 2 cards, the birth card and the planetary ruler card, the birth card being your soul's essence and your life's purpose, the planetary ruler card being your characteristics, your persona, and how the world sees you. These 2 cards are like a yin and a yang, a positive and negative, a feminine and masculine that is inside of all of us. If I was to take a superhero, a Marvel comic, a DC character, and I was to compare it to these 2 cards, I like to always say Iron Man. because the birth card would represent Tony Stark, while the planetary ruler card would represent the suit. While both of them can operate independently of one another, when they come together, they make a superpower. And when you understand your birth card and your planetary ruler card, you come together like a superpower. But it's all on the site. The education is there. When you tap into your daily, when you tap into your weekly, when you tap into your yearly, you'll see it all. In fact, if you got a business,
hold on 1 second. People are saying that the code isn't working on the site.
The
is there a hashtag involved with it, or is no hashtag?
No hashtag. No hashtag.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're using a hashtag, that's the problem. No hashtag.
All right, I wrote it the wrong way. So me.
Yeah. Yeah. No hashtag.
So explore 2026.
It should say full access granted. Sauce, go check it out right now and see if it's working for you.
Okay, baby.
That's on me. Yeah, I fixed it.
But I think one of the greatest features of this site is a lot of people be focused on their business. A lot of people got to they want to see better things in life. If you got an LLC, a nonprofit, a C corp, a sole proprietorship, put in his birth date. And when I say his birth date, I mean the day that you filed a business. That the day the business was filed, that's the birth date of your business.
Date of incorporation. Their date of incorporation is their birth date, their business birth date.
Put in that birth date, and I guarantee you're gonna get a full financial forecast, full plan how to move in your business.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Yes. Also in the relationships card calculator, a lot of people go through problems in your relationship. One of the greatest features is the crisis navigation tool and the steps that it gives you in order to understand how to move forward and how to work together and how to be one in your relationship. Truly powerful thing. We got another piece of it, which is called the decision probability calculator. A lot of people have hard times making decisions. Should I move? Should I get a new job? Should I do this? Should I do that? The decision probability calculator uses all of the cards in your year and all of the numbers to give you the highest probability of making the best decision that you can possibly make. I promise you will never look at a deck of cards the same again. This is one of the most powerful self-development tools you could ever imagine.
Man, thank you, good brother. Thank you so much for creating this.
Yes, sir.
For giving it to us as a tool for our liberation through education. It's so needed, especially in the times that we're in, because the greatest gift is the gift of self, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge of self. So that's powerful, bro. Powerful that, because the thing about it is, we can come here and we can pick your brain all day, right? We can come in here and we can give you our birth date and you can divine all of it. But what this 5D has done for us within the realm of technology has been able to put it into a form to where you can be present even when you're not present. Just your essence can continue to give people a wealth of information that they can apply to their lives, man. And it's groundbreaking, bro. So thank you.
Man, I appreciate it, my brother, 100%. And if I'm gonna go and troubleshoot this code, it'll be the same code. So if it ain't working, it will.
That's working. It's working now. It was the hashtag. It's working.
Chat, they saying it's still not working for some people.
Well, it just worked for me. Hold on.
Yeah. If you can troubleshoot you know, see if there might.
See what's going on, because on my end, but you had.
I'm troubleshooting right now, so I got y'all. So man, y'all enjoy y'all chat, and you know, peace and love. I'll be with y'all.
Okay, cool. It is coming up invalid. It's coming up invalid. Okay.
Okay. All right. Peace.
All right. And that's when you get that traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're running up in there. You know what I'm saying? So.
But yeah, cardology has definitely been a help and an aid for me, because like he said, not only does it have the astrology within it, it got the numerology within it, it got the symbology within it.
Yeah.
You know, and yo, I'm a king of diamonds, so that definitely resonated and has helped me in my rulership and understanding how to navigate those waters a little bit better.
Right.
With understanding that. So without further ado, let's get back into let's continue with the presentation. Let's see. There we go. This is where we was at.
Yeah.
All right. So the tarot for this collective year of one that we're in is the Magician, right? And the Magician has so many different symbolic meanings to it, right? So as you can see, the right hand is raised, and that's to receive the power, right? But also the hand is pointed down, the left hand is pointed down, representing manifestation on this earthly plane, right? So it's being open to receive, but also giving direction on where the intentional manifestations are being placed. So just like what you were saying earlier, Blue, about the intention is very, very important. Also the white garment, it represents purity, right? Purity and intentions. Also the symbol of eternity over the magician's head represents the infinite capacity to create. So understand that whatever situation you may be in, you have an infinite capacity to will yourself out of that, right? That willpower of the magician. Now, not only do we go through a collective year, we also have a personal year that we go through simultaneously. And this is getting to the nitty gritty of how this collective year of one will affect you on a personal level, okay? And you get that from your birth date and the current year that we're in, right? So for me, my birthday is March 10th, and the current year is 2026 that we're headed into. So when I add my birthday up and reduce it to a single digit, I get the number 5. So I'm headed into a year of 5. And the year of 5 represents freedom. It represents change. It represents spontaneity. It represents just being open, optimistic, being more joyous, being more free, and just going on that path of spiritual pursuits, right? So what I've been able to do is not only the code what my personal year is, what I've done is create a planner for not only myself, but for the collective to be able to participate in this journey and have a planner that's designed to help you navigate this year with clarity, intention, structure, and it's tailored to this unique energy, right? It helps you. What these planners do is it provides premonition, guidance, and organization ensuring that you move through 2026 with confidence and purpose. So what I want to do is give you an overview of what all the planners entail. This is my 3rd year of doing the planners, and I feel like this is my best work yet on the planners to this day. To this day. It has a wealth of knowledge within it. As you can see within the table of contents, it goes over the cyclical nature of numbers. It also goes through your personal year cycle, and then it gives you a space to recap, right? Because that's one of the biggest things that helped me, and just understanding what's coming up is the understanding where I've been when I've gone through this cycle in my life before, so I can be proactive rather than reactive, right? So your personal year recap. This retrospective journey can illuminate patterns and themes, providing clarity on your present and guiding your future. You'll likely notice recurring challenges or opportunities each cycle, especially in similar numbered years. It's kind of like when you go on Facebook and there's a memory that pop up, and it'd be like, dang, I was doing this same exact thing in 2012. You might have on the same outfit, and you'd be like, wow, I'm back in this seat of self. And by having that reflection on what it is that you was able to achieve in those moments, what made you happy, what disturbed you, what lessons did you learn, can help you in your current situation with understanding where you're at in that particular time and space, because it's done miraculous things for me in just understanding those spaces that I'm in to be able to, like I said, be proactive rather than reactive. So it also comes with goals and visions. So what I did was I created a system, a piper system, like paying a piper, but the piper is actually an acronym, and the acronym is for your professional goals, your intellectual goals, your physical, your emotional, and relational. So I made it a 5-part thing for you to be able to put on your vision so that you leave no stone unturned. So you're not only just dealing with your career, you know what I'm saying? You're understanding that intellectually you must grow as well, emotionally you must grow as well, physically you must grow as well, and within your relationships there's growth and accountability there as well. So I created a pay to piper system for your goals and visions for the year. Also within the planner, you learn how to calculate today's mathematics. So you're able to locate what's the sun's position. You're also able to understand what moon phase that you're in. You're also able to calculate the planet of the day. All of these things are within your planner. So, for instance, calculating the numerical number of the day breakdown, right? So, if let's just say today's date, February the 5th, 2025, you will work with the numbers 2, 5, and 2025. So you will add these numbers together. 2 plus 5 plus 2025 will give you 2032. Now you reduce that to a single digit. So it's 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 2 equals 7. So the numerical number of the day would be 7. So if someone asks you, what's today's mathematics, God? You would say 7. And 7 deals with the higher self. It deals with solitude. It deals with completion, right? So those are be the themes that will dictate the day. Also, within the calendar, within the planner, you have a monthly calendar. So within the monthly calendar, it gives you the history of the month. And then it also gives you what new moon is happening and what full moon is happening and what those dates are, right? Not only that, it gives you an understanding of what personal month you're going through. So it gets even more intricate, you guys. So not only are you going through a personal year, but you go through personal months. And how you denote what personal month you're going through is, okay, I'm going through a personal year of 5, right? So January would be 1. So 5 plus 1 would be 6. So January would be a personal month of 6 for me. And then that has its own themes regarding the number 6, right? So it'll be more about self-care, responsibility, love, things of that nature, doing more things around the home, being more nurturing, more caring, things of that nature. So not only will it give you the personal month that you're experiencing, but it gives you pledges. So in this example, it's a personal month of 3 that this person is going through. So it says, this month I pledge to be creative. I pledge to get out and socialize. I plan to listen as much as I speak. So it gives you affirmations and understanding what current cycle that you're going through, so that you're advantageous on the energy, so that you can be a co-creator of it, right? And it also asks you certain things like, what are your favorite things to create? So you can have a reference and a reference to what it is that you like to do, or what is something that's coming up within this current cycle that you may need to tap into, that you may have just let go by, with you not having that understanding of what was actually happening. So it also, like and within the monthly calendar, there are Piper goals within that. So how I even came up with this was, I had yearly goals, but I had monthly goals in order to get me to the yearly goals. So the Piper system helps you get those tasks down to get to those bigger goals later. So that's what the monthly calendar does for you. And how to purchase. So schoolofsauce.gumroad.com is how you can purchase the planners. And it's $33 for the PDF version, which works well with the Notability app. There's so many other apps that you can just, chart. But I will encourage you all to get the physical copy, because like we were saying, with this collective year of 1, mentalism is everything, and writing it down and making it plain and being that magician is everything, right? You will really get to see how powerful you truly are if you get that physical copy and you're writing it down, and these intentions that you are setting become the hieroglyphs of today, become the writings of the wall, and you can share it with your loved ones, your family, your son, daughter. It can just be a memoir. So thank y'all again for being an amazing audience and letting me share what I've been able to create for this 3rd year now of my personal year planners. And I definitely implore you all to tap in, because it's done amazing things for me. I literally created these planners because it's something that I do naturally every day. Like, I'm so organized, I'm so strategic in what it is that I'm doing. And I wanted to be able to show other people exactly how I was able to do that. And I created these planners for you to do the same thing, to go 10x anything that I've even been able to fathom. Like, go farther with it, for sure.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Nah, you good. But schoolofsauce.gumroad.com, y'all. And again, if you don't know what your personal year number is, again, how to calculate the number is by the current year with your birthday, right? So it's different than your life path number. Your life path number is predicated upon the year that you were born. Your personal year number is predicated upon the current year and your birthday.
Right.
So again, my birthday is March 10th. The current year is 2026. So when I reduce that to a single digit, I'm going through a personal year of 5.
The school of sauce.gumroad.com.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, it's School of Sauce. No, not www.
Oh. School of Sauce.
Mm-hmm. .gumroad.com. Yeah. Yep. So let me put the I think if I put the link in here, it'll go straight to it. She said, what's okay? I see a question in the chat. It says, what's the difference between the life path number and the personal year number? So with your life path, it's basically the thing of how your life is divine to be once you assess this number. So it gives you the theme of who you are spiritually and gives you a path on how to navigate that road more purposely, right? Now, what the personal year number does for you is it gives you a theme of what you're currently experiencing, right? So the life path is kind of like an overview, right? And then the personal year is what's happening right now. And one of the gems that I'll give you is if you're currently, like for me, I'm a life path 5 and I'm going through a 5. So this year I'm super alive. You know what I'm saying? Like this my year right now. And I'm also a horse. So it's on and popping for me. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way to synchronize the life path with the personal year. Also understanding that if you are a life path 2 and you're going through a personal year of 1, how challenging that can be for you, right? Because you as a life path 2, you all about pushing P. You all about patience and partnerships. But this personal year of 1 is pushing you to be more independent, to be more courageous, to do things on your own, right? Mm-hmm. So it gives you the dynamic of what it is that you the of who you are in totality versus what you're experiencing currently and what source is asking you to do. That's what the personal year is for.
Got it. Dope. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, family, if there's anybody in the audience that has any more questions or comments, please feel free to drop them in the chat. It will take a few minutes out. All right. As once again, as we tick down the minutes and the hours left in 2025, and we get ready to go into this stellar year 2026. So thank you all for joining us. Once again, it's been an amazing program, amazing opportunity to get our hands on some of these tools, some of this information, tighten up. Yeah, man. And and then when you actually do the work and you start delving into this stuff, and like I said, it's like looking in the mirror, you seeing your story staring back at you on the screen, and it's very accurate. You're like, wow, how can so much of what I've experienced be like predetermined to the degree that is being broken down like that? You know? So again, the advice that I have for my followers going into 2026 is to man know thyself. The advice that I have is to get closer to your own personal story and narrative, because it's a 1 year. So you got to know more about self now more than ever. The technology is at an all-time high. So you really gotta have a knowledge of self. You really gotta have a gnosis of self. You really gotta have an appreciation for your own personal self-indulgence in self. You got to dive deep, and you have to emerge with the pearl of wisdom that speaks specifically and directly to who you are and what you're going through and what it is that you need to know. That's what I want for you. And that's why we're doing this program, because you have two very accessible roads to go about getting there. Um, our good brother Sauce is offering his opportunity and his road and his offering. And then our good brother Malik Deshawn is also giving you an outlet and a route and a road, and again, access to tools um, that you can utilize in your toolkit to get to know yourself better. You know, and own the time period. I don't get caught up in the it's January and it's not the new year. Once again, if you think like a farmer, you shift your focus to know, all right, the spring is when we reap. The spring is when that seed, breaks the soil and breaks ground, but somebody has to put the seed in the ground. And that's what this period in time is about. You're preparing the soil. You feel me? You're preparing the compost, the things that are decomposing, the things that are dying to transform. You're raking the leaves. You're turning the soil over, depending on what climate you're in. Like I said, or you're not buying into the only way to grow food is outdoor farming. You're exploring ways to indoor farm, and you're taking advantage of every day that's available, every ticking moment on that time, on that clock. There's something given, there's something growing, there's something moving. Growing food, you can prove that to yourself. You can capture the sun rays, the neutrinos. You can participate with co-creation in real time. So when spring comes, it is not just in rhetoric alone that you're saying, oh, this is the real new year. No, you actually got either a harvest or you got that seed that broke ground. It's a testament to the work that you did in the winter when you knew that this time was about prep work. It was about tilling the soil. It was about putting the stuff that needs to be fermented and what it need in that aspect of the solution, raking the leaves, turning them over, making the mulch. You know what I'm saying? It's still work to be done. Chopping the wood, taking the ash, making potash.
Still work to be done,
Still
man.
work to be done. This is a cycle, and there's still food to be grown, meaning that there's still life to be extracted out of every second. There's no dead moments, there's no dead time in this calendar. You shouldn't be dead. You shouldn't be still. Yeah, the sun takes 3 days as a break. You feel me? And it operates in the aspect of stillness, but it then operates into an upward trajectory. And if we think like the sun, if we move like the one, right? If we embody the sun rather than people breaking their neck attempting to be Christ like, and no disrespect, But if we tied our ascension to the solar aspect of what the sun goes through, then you're going to still achieve it. You're going to still get there. And you'll have a more profound appreciation for these cycles of nature and for seasons, right? And then you'll know in personal relationships that people are for seasons as well. Everything has a season. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's lukewarm, right? But it's all part of a cycle.
I say.
Yes, sir.
So what you got planned for the night, Blue? How you bringing in the new year? The new fiscal.
Huh?
The new fiscal.
Yeah, I still don't know. My mind is on like prep food. You know, I'm gonna make some greens.
You gonna make some black? I hope you got some black eyed peas.
I got some black eyed peas soaking.
All right.
By the time I finish this, they should be ready to get started on. I got my microgreens ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a soup, maybe a patty burger, and then put the greens on it. I'm still decided. You know, I'm still deciding what's the vainglorious way we're gonna bring this thing in.
Dig that. Well, man, I definitely enjoyed our time that we've shared on the platform today, man. Thank you for opening the space. Thank you for being the brother, the OG that you are.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, bro. And we got so much going on for this upcoming fiscal year, bro. Like
we do.
Yeah. You want to let them know about the joint?
Yeah, it's mega exciting, you know, what we have coming up in the new fiscal, and we about getting to our business, and we in our bag getting in our business, and we actually gonna be getting in our mojo bag.
Hey.
Me and this brother gonna be doing a collaborative project called Blue Magic in my mojo bag. And it's a project that's paying homage to Memphis in particular. Tennessee, Tennessee is never mentioned when they speak about music. When we speak about, you know, it's one thing to speak about Black music, it's one thing to speak about music in our past, but as part of the collective story of the petri dish that Southern rap specifically springs from, and moves like mycelium, because if you look at it, right, you got Memphis rap popping in 90 and 91, already multi-syllabic, syllabic, triple flow, you know what I'm saying? And the sound that would emerge out of Houston, popularized by Scarface and other acts like that, we hear traces of it in Memphis. So Memphis becomes a consortium of what's coming out of Texas underneath it, and then what's coming out of New Orleans, and it synthesizes that, you know what I'm saying? Then Atlanta becomes a morphing of them borrowing from Memphis and Miami, and then that becomes the Atlanta sound. But Memphis is never given credit. Then you can find traces of Memphis through Chicago, and look at the Bay. Look at the eclectic nature of the Bay. The Bay will correlate with Houston, but also correlates a lot with Memphis. It's an amazing, interesting throughway. It's a gateway. It's at the mouth of the Delta for a reason, because it's the Nile over here, and it offers a lot of the aspects of melanated mojo coming out that swamp. The magnetism that comes off of swamp regions, that's who we are. That's static, that chaos magic. You feel me? So we got an amazing project that also has a lecture component to go with it, and it's going to be packaged in a way that's going to be very indicative of 2026 going forward, implementing the stuff that worked in the past with great ideas going forward in the future.
Yes, sir. So be on the lookout for that collab tape. We're gonna drop it for the spring equinox. Be on the lookout for it.
Yes. Yes, we'll be dropping that as well. And yeah, I mean, 2026 is just going to be a lot of highlights. Not going to put everything out at the forefront, but you know, these next 3 days, y'all should really be tightened up in this Capricorn season to you getting your structure together, you getting your government right for how you going to govern through 2026. Let it not just be midterm and election years in the political cycle. Let it be midterms in your house. Let it be midterms for your children in school. Let it be midterms in your relationship, right? It's time to get on your campaign horse. You feel me? What do you have to sell? The solution base for the people. If you had to run the country, if you had to govern your mental, if you had to be government, what would you be able to offer our people solution base from the things that you've seen them go through? What I saw them go through in 2025, I seen them dangle benefits in front of our people and play with food. And I found out that my people was insecure about it because they have unfortunately fallen into aspect of dependency. And these people are now figuring that they can play carrot and the stick, and then they're gonna amplify it for political favors. So our people have become a plaything for political favors, party favors for political parties. And I wanted to do something about that by decentralizing farming. You know what I'm saying? By decentralizing farming and democratizing it to make it where you know, people can replicate what it is that we're doing right in their living room, right in the corner of their crib. You don't have to have a full grow outdoor land and all of that. Anyone, anywhere can participate in our farming movement and not only become a farmer in the city or, you know, a producer of their own produce that can sustain them high source of protein, right? That is considered a superfood because this is organic branded high vibrational frequency food, right? And then this what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do later. We we're gonna make some of that goddamn blue oyster.
Hey,
We're gonna cut that thing up like it's steak. We're gonna make the burger, the portobello.
yeah,
You know, take that shroom component, that
yeah,
that food aspect of it. It has many. It shows up in many different forms. Food don't get enough credit. You know what I'm saying? Making them lion's mane burgers and all of that.
come on now.
And chopping that up and just getting.
And it's a difference when you, man, you didn't sold it, you didn't reaped it and sold it. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
It's different.
It's different. You know what I mean? And you the one that's co-creating that energy source. You know, you walking with it all the way from seat to table. And then you making it all make sense, and you reaping all of the benefits, and you like, yo, I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? I could do this over and over, and I don't need no non-dependent, freed up.
Yeah.
And what a feeling to be free. So that's the movement that I want to see. I'm getting on my collective campaign high horse.
Let's
you
go.
know, Paul means horse as well. So this
Let's go.
This is our year. This is the year of the horsemen.
Yes.
You feel me? This is the year of the horsemen. We calling the cavalry. It's time to ride, y'all. It's time to ride.
Perfect. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah. We good, man. We at the 144 mark.
That's perfect.
Yeah, man.
We couldn't have wrote that better.
Shout out to everybody. Be safe, whatever it is that you choose to do. Remember, before there could be a new year or a new you, first and foremost, you got to focus on that water content in your body because the water holds the memory. So if you're going outside to drink today, don't expect to be dehydrated and then be a new you. Nah, put some new water in your body. Water detox. You know what I'm saying? And Tap into this information. Maybe it's the old you that you needed to get in contact with all along. Maybe it's not the new you that you should be looking for. Maybe you need the new you.
That's the true you.
Maybe the true you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that layer off, pull that top sheet cover.
Hey man, we shedding, we leaving it. Come on, we just getting out of the 9. Come on now.
That's right. So with that, yes indeed, I want to say thank you once again. Peace, love, and light. And I'll see y'all in 2026. Yes, indeed. Peace. Let me see what we got here for y'all. See if we got an outro video lined up or something. Nope.